All right, welcome to another video here on the channel. Got a question email there the other day, and I thought it was a good question and one that I want to answer. It's from Trent. I don't really know, it didn't say where he's from, but Trent, you know where you're from, and I appreciate your question. I think it's one that'll help a lot of maybe new bow hunters, or maybe someone that has a hard time judging distance, and that was over rangefinders. I don't use a rangefinder myself. One, because to get a really good one, it's really expensive to get a real good rangefinder. So I really can't afford it. You really have a lot of big money to get a really accurate rangefinder. I'm talking $250, $300, $400 to get a good rangefinder. A lot of guys that have spent $75, $80, $100 going to get a good rangefinder, they go out to the tree stand and they'll start marking things, and a lot of times they think in their mind it's just accurate, and they go out opening day and they have a deer and it'll say 50 yards or 40 yards, and it'll really be 50, because on a rangefinder, especially a cheaper model, they only measure a level distance, and when you're at 15-20 feet up in a stand, the arc is a lot different. That's why when you range something that's below you or above you, the arc is not like it is on level ground. So whether one may be accurate level, it may not be accurate, you know, at an angle. So that's why to get a good rangefinder, you have to get one that allows for arc, and it'll tell you that, but you're going to pay for them too. So that's why that a lot of people, they get a rangefinder and then they're really disappointed because it's not accurate unless they're on level ground. Now, and if you do most bow hunting, you're going to be up in a tree stand. So I just do it the old school way, and what I want to talk about in this video is, if you can't afford a rangefinder, a good one, and you're having trouble, you know, distance, you know, because I have that problem. You know, I missed a big deer last year, you know, because I thought he was about 35 yards and wound up being 40. So it's hard, you know, sometimes it's hard to judge them, especially out in a field situation like in the open. And so the best of us do it. You know, I don't care how long you've been bow hunting, you're going to miss. But if you have trouble and you're a new beginning bow hunter and you don't know much about the sport, here's a trick that I learned years ago. But you have to have, number one, a fast shooting bow, a flat shooting bow. And here's what I do. What I do is I call it a one pin system. Now, some of you that's bow hunted for any length of period of time, you'll know what I'm talking about. And that's pretty much this. A deer is on this target, pretty much. This is about an 8-inch kill zone. Most targets will come with the exact kill zone of a deer. This is about if you don't have a target, or if you do it old school, shooting hay bales, get you a paper plate, and that's exactly the kill zone of a white-tailed deer. If you put that arrow in that, anywhere in that pie plate, you've killed a white-tailed deer. All right. So when you're sighting in your bow for season, now this ain't gonna work if you're a tournament shooter. If you're a tournament shooter, you're not going to be able to do this. You're going to have to fine-tune them sights in to where, you know, you can hit what you're aiming at and split hairs, so you can win some money. But we're talking about a hunting situation. You want to put you a pie plate or an 8-inch circle, just like this. That's about what this is, about an 8-inch circle. Now, anywhere I can put this arrow in this is pretty well going to kill a white-tailed deer. So what I do when I'm sighting in my bow for hunting, not for target shooting, but for hunting, what I'll do is I will go at 12 steps. I'll take 12 yards back. I'll go 12 yards back, and instead of wanting to shoot right here in this X, I will purposely sight my bow in to shoot high at 12 yards. That means that arrow is going to go right along in here somewhere. Now, I'm still in this effective kill zone, but in my mind, I know that. So out in the woods, if they're right close to me, I'm going to pull lower anyway, because anytime I'm shooting at a deer anyway from a tree stand, I'll always pull lower. I'll always pull down here to the instead of right in the lungs. That way, if he ducks that arrow, I'm still going to get him in the lungs. If he ducks, if don't duck, I'm still going to get him in the heart. So I always pull low, and that way I allow for that. All right. So, but aiming dead on, go back 12 steps, or about 12, 13 steps. Put that pin right there in the dead center, and purposely sight and let that bow or let that arrow go right here high. But make sure you're still in the pie plate. By the time, and if you got a fast shooting bow, which most bows are now, you know, 250 over feet a second, when you go back to 20, then that arrow should have dropped, or probably right along in here. Okay, so you're still in here. 25 yards, it should drop here. 35 yards, it's going to be low, but it's still going to be in this effective killing zone. All right, so what that allows for is that allows for you to look anywhere around your tree stand and say anywhere within a 30-yard area, anywhere that deer comes, I'm going to put that one pin. I'm going to put my first pin, instead of having a 10-yard pin, a 20-yard pin, a 30-yard pin, trying to judge which yard, have your one pin that's purposely sighted in for 30 yards. That way you can say anywhere within this 30-yard, 35-yard area, I'm going to be able to put that one pin right behind his shoulder, and that arrow is going to hit him in that effective killing zone. So that's the way I sight my bow in. That's why, and that's how I allow for yardage. Okay, because I'm not the best judge on distance. So anywhere from a 10 to 30, 35 yards. Of course, with this bow, I'm shooting 290 foot a second. So, you know, this bow is going to be flat shooting to about 35, 40 yards pretty much, okay? And so anywhere within probably a 37, 38, 40 yard with a 290 foot a second bow. Now your bow may not shoot that. Your bow may be shooting 240, even with 230. But however fast your bow shoots, you know, you want to stay within that 8-inch kill zone, sight that one pin dead on, you know, and then high lung, what we call high lung. This is the lungs of a deer. So you want high lung at 10, 20, 15, 10, 15 yards, you want high lung, 20, 25, you want dead center lungs, 30, 35, 40, you want low lung. And so that'll help you this coming year judge distance if you don't have a rangefinder. All right. So I hope that helps you, Trent, and I hope that helps everyone that's watching. And I hope that you get a big buck this year. Stay tuned to the website www.dalesoutdoors.com. We're going to have a lot of great things there for you, and we're going to do a lot on the journal there, and also have videos coming. So you stay tuned, and I know this is going to be a great season for all of you. Send me a picture. We'll post it on the web. God bless you until I see you in the woods, hopefully, or to another video. Be safe. God bless you.